Welcome to this explainer. Today we're jumping straight into Deuteronomy chapter 10. We're going to explore a pretty massive shift, moving from physically rebuilding a broken covenant all the way to the deep spiritual laws of an ancient people.
So, let's kick things off with a super practical question. What actually happens after the original 10 commandments are shattered? It's kind of a huge historical cliffhanger, right? How exactly do you bounce back from literally breaking the writing of God?
That brings us to Section 1, the second stone tablets. Let's look at how they physically restored this covenant.
The text lays out a very specific, step-by-step process for Moses. First up, he needs to carve 2 new stone tablets, just like the originals. Then he's told to build a wooden ark to safely store these brand new written commandments.
Moving on to part 2, the Levites' sacred duty. Right after Aaron dies, we see this major social restructuring. God actually sets apart the tribe of Levi for a really specific sacred job. They are chosen to carry the newly constructed Ark of the Covenant, to minister, and to stand before the Lord.
But because of this huge responsibility, they end up with a very unique economic and social status. The Levites received absolutely zero physical land inheritance among their brothers. Why? Well, because as the text tells us, the Lord himself is their inheritance.
Which brings us to Section 3, the heart of the law.
After spending 40 days and nights up on the mountain, God spares the people, and the text totally pivots from physical logistics into the philosophical core of the law. What does the Lord actually require? It boils down to 5 key things. Fear the Lord, walk in his ways, love him, serve him with all your heart and soul, and keep his commandments. It's a complete move past just going through the rituals, straight into total internal devotion.
And finally, Section 4, justice for the stranger. This is where we see how that internal, spiritual devotion turns into actual physical action.
The text points out that this great and mighty God of gods uses his power completely impartially. He can't be bought off. Instead, he directly executes judgment for the fatherless and the widow, and he makes sure to provide food and clothing for the stranger. This actually sets up one of the most powerful, empathetic commands in the whole text. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. It draws a straight line from the Israelites' own past vulnerability and trauma in Egypt right to their present moral duty. Basically, you know exactly what it feels like to be an outsider, so you have to love the outsider. To cap off this journey, we get this amazing cinematic contrast. It reminds the Israelites of their incredibly humble beginnings. Just 70 people originally went down into Egypt, and now? To put it into perspective, the text says they have thrived and multiplied to become as numerous as the stars of heaven.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really provocative thought straight from verse 16. The text commands the people to circumcise the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. So what does it truly mean for us to shed our own stubbornness today? How do we strip away the calluses around our own hearts to better love the strangers among us? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.